Hey, it's Mike Watson with Keller Williams here in Palmdale, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the real estate market statistics for April 2022. For the number of new homes that came on the market in April, that was 653. It's a slight decrease versus March and a slight decrease year over year. 1, 2, 3% isn't a big deal, but it is slightly less. But you'll see in a minute that the number of homes for sale is up, so that's a good thing. The number of homes to go into escrow is just under 500, an 11.5% decrease versus last month, and almost 8.5% decrease year over year. That's pretty surprising, especially for April. That's the spring market, right when everything really starts kicking off. And I think that has a lot to do, or everything to do, with the interest rates having gone up so much this year. I'll cover that more in the email, but they've gone up significantly. The number of homes to have sold for April was a little under 500, a 2% increase versus March, not a big deal. 5% decrease versus last April. That's something to pay a little bit of attention to, but the number of homes to sell year to date this year versus last year is roughly the same as it was last year. So right now, the monthly 5% decrease is fine, or the year over year decrease is fine for the month, but year to date, we're right on par with that. The average selling price is at $475. Again, that's a 1.5% decrease from last month, which was our record high. And it's just over 3.5% increase versus April of last year, which is interesting that is getting much smaller. I mean, for most of the second half of COVID and on, we were double-digit appreciation year over year, but we're getting back down to a normal level now that interest rates have gone up. Interestingly enough, the average days on market is down 8% versus last month, but it's up 38% versus last year. That's a big deal. 38% is huge. Earlier this year, we were right around 30 days on market, which is still a very healthy market. Most economists say that anything 120 days on market or less is a very healthy housing market. We've just gotten spoiled with being 35 and less, or during COVID we were like 15 and less. But right now, 38% increase year over year. The month's worth of inventory, so the number of new homes to come on was down a little bit, but average number of homes for sale in the given month is up a little bit. We're at just under 1.5 months worth of inventory. 6 months is a balanced market. Anything lower than 6 months is considered a seller's market. Anything over 6 months is considered a buyer's market. We're up 6%, and when you're talking about 6% of 1.41, it moves a blip, and it's a large increase. 27% year over year. Okay, again, last year for a lot of the time we hovered right around 1, so we were probably at like 1.2 or something last April. So still not a huge number right now. The percentages look larger than the number really reflects, so not too concerned about that. And again, with 6 being balanced, more homes on the market is more options for buyers and less frustration overall. So it's not a bad thing, but it is increasing. That's it for now for the stats. Interest rates are today at like 5.5%. I think it was yesterday or the day before, the Fed announced that they were going to increase their rates by about 0.5%, and that was the largest single adjustment that they've made, I think they said, since the year 2000, so a little over 20 years. And that's on the heels of us being at 5.5%, when the average rate at the end of last year was under 3. So we're up 2.5% from 3% to 5.5%. and they're talking about going up, but you'll see in the article below what the forecast is for the rest of the year. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I will talk to you soon. Bye.